for the results you are producing in your life. This is where the answer comes in, and where I've been able to personally implement some of the life-changing ideas. One lesson that had a significant impact on me was the fact that our conscious brain is responsible for only 2 to 4% of our overall behavior. This means that 96 to 98% of what we do every single day is managed and controlled by our non-conscious brain. We don't have to think about these tasks, they are taken care of without our conscious awareness. Examples I have noticed for myself include sitting in a chair, getting dressed, chewing food, writing notes, and even driving my car. These tasks did require my conscious attention at some point earlier in my life, but through repetition have become installed in my non-conscious brain. What's amazing is that it is almost impossible to list out all of the activities we perform on a daily basis because there are so many. With the awareness that only 2 to 4% of these activities require us to actually think, it becomes quite obvious that using willpower or other similar forcing functions to reach a major goal in life is futile at best. The true solution is to reprogram the non-conscious section of the brain so that those automatic actions work for us and move us towards our goals. Here is one example of how I made this work personally. Knowing that I had many goals that I had not yet reached, and being aware of this conscious-non-conscious relationship, I was able to sit down and mentally review my self-limiting thoughts and behaviors. Some of my personal examples included wasting time reading unimportant email, eating a snack when I was not truly hungry, reacting with anger when a situation did not go as I wanted it to, starting a good business book but not completing it or implementing it. The list goes on as well. By simply becoming aware of these non-conscious habits, I've been able to organize my own personal development routines to replace these actions with more positive and empowering ones. I will shed more light on this as we move forward in this audio. Another lesson that I learned from The Answer has to do with what some people call self-image, or in the case of this book, the thermostat in your brain. The idea was originally described in the 1950s by Dr. Maxwell Maltz in his famous book, Psycho-Cybernetics. Essentially, this part of our brain is responsible for keeping us safe and free from danger. It also keeps us on track with a set point, much like a thermostat would do for the temperature in a house or an autopilot would do for an airplane. The problem is that our self-image sets the boundaries of our comfort zone, and so it can prevent people from taking action that will bring them happiness and success if those actions require perceived risk. For me personally, I've always had the goal of having a toned figure with very low body fat and respectable muscle mass. While I've been quite disciplined at maintaining a fitness routine, my personal thermostat was not set at the same level as my goal. I'd always been anywhere from 20 to 40 pounds overweight for the majority of my life. Eating and drinking habits were my biggest challenge points. When I first got entrenched in personal development, I started to make some physical changes. I got down very close to my ideal body weight after years of trying to do so. I'd actually done so once in the past only to gain all of the weight back. Even though I'd worked very hard to get to that level, I still did not have the specific body shape and tone that I had always dreamed of. Despite my efforts, I still had lingering habits of eating and drinking that, in hindsight, I did not realize were problematic until I started studying the ideas in The Answer. When I learned about the process of rewiring your brain to make significant and lasting changes in personal results, good things began to happen. In essence, if we want to ingrain a new habit into our behavior, we have to physically forge new neural pathways in the tissues of our brain. This is not a process that happens overnight, but rather something that takes time and repetition. Once I actually understood this process and studied what was going on inside of my brain, I was able to create 30, 60, and 90-day challenges for myself where I would perform new tasks and create new habits that move me closer to my ideal vision of my personal health. Those challenges help me form habits that I keep with me today and have made me a much more healthy person overall. What kind of new activities could you be implementing and rewiring into your brain to achieve bigger, better, and more exciting results for your life? Thanks for listening to The Universe Inside Your Brain.